Okay, so the first card you have your past is the Two of Cups. Yeah, these are really, really nice cards. Just looking over this whole spread, really nice. You know, in the middle you've got the Empress, love, caring, kindness. You've got the Sun here. You've got some beautiful cards here. You've got communication, all things like that, you know, with this card, obviously. And I think with this Two of Cups, with this communication I'm getting on this card, it feels like there's lots and lots of tension. And there's some kind of communication coming between you and someone else, obviously in love, and it's going to break that tension. But at the moment, or in this time in the past, it might be now, I don't know when this is happening or where you are with this, but it feels like there's this big lot of tension, or big bit of tension, or bit of tension, lot of tension, a whole lot of tension around the two of you. And one of you is really feeling like, we've really got to have this talk. We need to break this tension. So there's some big tension around you, and someone feels as if they need to break that and have a talk. So if you're in a relationship, I can't quite see who wants to have this talk. It might be you, it might be them. One of you really wants to talk. The other one feels a little bit more avoidant, or maybe a bit nervous, or kind of think, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. A little bit like that. Yeah, just before I say anything else about this, I'm getting two perspectives here. You know, usually when I'm reading, it's like one person's perspective comes out a lot clearer than the other one, and then I can say, okay, so this is about you and you think this and that. But it's not happening here. I don't know why it's not happening in this reading. So I'm getting two people's perspectives. So I'm not sure which one you are. So, you know, it might be you who wants to talk, might be you who wants to avoid. So I don't know why that's happening. I just wanted to point that out. So I might be saying someone says this or that through this reading, because I'm getting two people and I can't see which one you are. So just pointing that out. But there's there is a lot of tension here. I'm getting this really feeling this tension. It feels like a knot in my stomach, a big knot. It's like, oh, big tension. You know, the conversation has to happen. It has to be said. It's like this tension has to be broken. It's very anxiety inducing. Very anxiety inducing. Might be making someone ill. Might not be that bad, but it feels, because I'm getting this big knot in my stomach. It's like, oh, it's awful. I need this to be over with. And also just looking at this caduceus between these cups, you know, that can be a symbol of medicine, healing. So it really feels like having this talk is going to heal someone or make them feel better, stop them from feeling all this anxiety or whatever this is. And if you know about this, if this is you, I don't know who you are, if you're in this relationship and you know that this talk has to come at some time, have this talk. This is a really positive card. The outcome's going to be positive of this talk. It's going to make you both feel a lot better. That's what I'm seeing, no matter who you are in this. So, you know, if you're putting this off, please don't do this any longer. You've got to have this talk. So I really felt as if I had to say that, because it's very stressful, very difficult for someone. So the next card you have your past is the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you see, I think you both know that you have to do this. You both know you have to have this talk. Excuse me. So, yeah, so this person who's a bit avoidant, I think also they know that they have to move forward, whether this is you or them. But there's this kind of, you know, there's this big bubble of tension, and it's like, oh, I don't know. And it's almost like the bubble of tension is making one of you want to break this bubble and go ahead and talk, and the other one, it makes you kind of want to run away from that, if that makes sense. There's a little bit of, I don't know, someone's background, family, someone's upbringing. There's a lot of tension there. Might be you, might be them, but I think it's whoever's avoiding this might have had this very difficult family background, because it's almost like, oh, if I have this big confrontation, I'm going to have those same feelings I had when I was growing up, and I want to avoid that. So it might be that's happening. You know, if you look at this man, you know, he's moved on from something. He's moved on from his past. But there's still lots and lots of hurt around him. He knows he has to move forward. You know, he's got this bandage around his head. He's had his head messed with. He's very exhausted. He's tired. He doesn't want to go back. He doesn't want to go back to his past. But also, you know, he's afraid to move forward. So he's avoidant of this talk. So it's just, you know, you both have to be a bit more open here. You both have to. It's going to be the best thing for you. It really, really is. I know I have to say, I keep on saying that. And I probably shouldn't give you my opinion, but I'm really seeing this very, very strongly. And I'm really feeling this really horrible feeling of, oh, I need to get this stress out. I need to get rid of this. So that's why I'm getting all this, and that's why I'm saying this. You know, so it might be that if you're the avoidant person, you've still got all this kind of hurt carrying around from your background, and lots of other stress as well, and sometimes that overwhelms everything else, and you can't really think straight. So it might be that, I don't know, but there's some kind of barrier here. You can see it here on this card. You have to get through that, or they do. Whoever the avoidant person is has to get through that barrier. You can see that on this card. And yeah, again, this is for a relationship, for someone who's in a relationship. And again, I'm using the word someone all the time because I can't see who this is, if this is you or them. Now, if you're not in a relationship, and if you're just missing someone that's away from you or something like that, if you've got this ex you're missing, again, I'm seeing someone is going to break the ice with you as well. I'm seeing that again for single people. So I'm seeing it for singles and for people who are in a relationship. There's tension. Someone's going to break the ice. It feels like you're physically away from someone. If you're single and you're missing someone, this is for that person. If that's you, there is going to be some relief here. Someone is going to break the ice in communication. So I'm seeing that with you as well. So, you know, but again, if you're in this relationship, if you're the one that's holding back, I don't normally say this, but I feel as if I have to say this, please come forward. Please start this conversation. Whoever you are in this, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. Very, very strong feeling here. Very, very straightforward reading so far. So the last card you have your past is the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot of other pressure around you as well, if this is you. So yeah, it might be you that's avoiding things because there's lots of pressure around you as well. And I've got this frozen feeling around you. So it might be you. It might be you that's kind of holding back and not having this conversation. It might be you that's avoiding. It might not be, but I've got this kind of frozen feeling around you and lots of other tension as well. And I think there might be some kind of, there's something up ahead of you. It feels like a date or a kind of a dreaded date. It feels like something quite formal. It might be a meeting. You might have to get together with someone. It feels like a formal meeting with more than one person. And it feels like you're kind of thinking, oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to this meeting. I don't want to go to this thing. Again, it feels very, very formal to me. And a lot of things have been cancelled. A lot of things like that. We all know that. But I think this is still going ahead. That's the impression I'm getting, because you're looking forward to this date and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. I'm dreading this. I'm dreading this. There might be someone who's going to be there at this thing that you're thinking, oh, I want to avoid this person. I don't want to see them. Now, I have to tell you, first of all, if that's you, I'm not seeing any big, confrontations or arguments or anything like that there. I'm not seeing that happening. So I just want to tell you that. And, if it's going to go ahead, you're going to go to this meeting or whatever this is, it's going to happen. You can't avoid this. That's what I'm seeing. And, if you're really, really, really dreading this, if you're thinking, oh, I have to do this, I don't want to, but I have to, it's getting closer, oh, in 3 days, and then, oh, it's in 2 days, all that kind of thing I'm getting. So I just want to tell you what helps me sometimes if I've got something I can't avoid, something I'm dreading up ahead. It might not help, it might help, I don't know. I just want to tell you this in case it does. So just think, every day that gets closer to this thing, this horrible thing, just think it's another day toward it being over. So instead of focusing on the thing and worrying about that, focus on the feeling of that being over. And then you think that you're getting closer and closer to that day that it's over with. That really helps me sometimes to focus on what's beyond that, the relief, the feeling of that. So I don't know if that'll help you, if that's you, but it's something that helps me. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, so the first card you have here present is the King of Swords. So yeah, there's this thing ahead of you. I keep on seeing this. It's some kind of meeting. It might be mediation or something like that. It might be litigation. It feels very, very formal, and it feels like something that you can't avoid and you have to go to. And just looking at the Three of Pentacles again, yeah, some kind of meeting. Again, I'm not seeing any big problems or arguing or anything like that. There are three people having this kind of conversation or this meeting. No one's arguing. They're listening very politely to this man here who's talking. So, I'm not seeing anything terrible happening. Now, there's definitely some kind of okay, there's something that's going to come out. There's something that's going to come out of this. It feels like, because, the King of Swords is about clarity. So it feels like you're going to have some kind of clarity when you're at this meeting or this place or whatever this is. Something's going to come out, and I think it's clarity around money. That's what I'm getting. So again, it might be mediation, might be something about that, might be some kind of case about money. I don't know what it is, but it's something to do with money. It's something formal, and you're going to find out about something. It's really going to open your eyes, because I think you'll be very, very glad that you actually did go to this. I think you're half thinking, oh, shall I avoid this? I don't want to go to this, but it feels like you have to do this. But I think after you've been to this thing, I think you'll be very happy that you actually did do that and go to that thing and attend whatever this is. Something's definitely going to come to light. I think it's probably, again, about money. I think it's going to ease some kind of feeling of guilt for you. I think you had some kind of feeling of guilt around this. And I think someone around this was trying to make you feel guilty. Maybe it was this person you didn't want to see at this thing. There's a bit of manipulation here. There's a bit of manipulation around money. Someone was trying to make you feel guilty. And I think when this comes to light, you're going to think, well, I don't need to feel guilty anymore. They're the one that's done something. They've done something. I haven't done anything. And yeah, I feel really free all of a sudden. I feel very, very free. So very, very nice feeling. So just know that as well. If you're dreading this thing, you're going to feel very, very free after this happens. Also, something very interesting is going to come out. It's going to come to light, and it's going to really change your perception, and you're going to feel a lot better after you find this out. So just know that. Again, I just hope that helps someone who's stressed about this date that's ahead of them. So, okay, so I'll go on with the next card, which is the Empress. Yeah, really, really interesting actually, because this is a mother, so this is about family, and it's right next to the Nine of Wands. And I was getting this family in the Nine of Wands, this kind of difficult background, difficult upbringing, stressful upbringing. It might be you. I don't know if it is or it isn't. I think it probably might be, because there's a kind of a tense dynamic here. Very, very interesting, because the Two of Pentacles is right next to this as well, and that can be about tension. It looks like, that infinity symbol looks a little bit like a rubber band, so that can be about tension and ups and downs, and it can be about, two people having a very difficult dynamic, and they talk and it goes up and down, or arguing. So it can be about all those kinds of things. So it's really interesting that this beautiful Empress, very serene, very sweet, she's in between these two very difficult cards, and also she's a mother, so yeah, family again. So so I'm literally picking up on some tension in a family, probably your family. There's a lot of tension around a couple. It feels like lots and lots of people in this family might have tried to talk to them, help them, counsel them maybe, especially around the woman in this couple. A lot of people care about this woman. I'm getting that. Lots and lots of tension around a man in this couple. This is a male-female relationship. And I think for a long time, the woman in this couple, she's very, very nurturing, just like this Empress. So she's been taking care of this man. It's like she's done everything for this man. And he's a really, really difficult person. There's a bit of a bad temper around this man. I'm getting that as well. And what I'm getting is this woman's moving away. not permanently, but she's going to get a break from this relationship for a while. It's not an actual split. I'm not seeing that now anyway. It might happen eventually, but not now. So she's moving away. She's getting some peace for a while. And I think when this happens, it's going to be a really, really, really big relief for her. You can see this Empress here. She's sitting there very relaxed, so very comfortable. Big stress relief. So if you know who this is, it looks like you're going to be around her. It looks like you're probably going to be the person who comforts her. And what I'm getting is she's helped you in the past. She's comforted you. So it might be a mother, might be a sister, might be a cousin, might be a friend, someone that feels like family. It feels like family if it's not family. Lots and lots and lots of comfort between you, lots of listening, lots of hugs actually as well. So, or they might be virtual hugs if you can't actually be together right now, but you will at some time. You'll get together at some time with this woman. Very, very, very nice. It feels very peaceful. Again, it feels like a relief. There's lots of relief in this reading, lots of stress release. And so, yeah, she's helped you. She's comforted you in the past. And now it's like it's your turn to comfort her. And again, looking over I'm stuttering. Looking over the Two of Pentacles. Okay, looking over to the Two of Pentacles. Yay! Yeah, so you've got this taking turns with these two pentacles going up and down. So it was her turn to take care of you, and now it's your turn to take care of her. Ups and downs. Okay, I finally got it out. Okay, so the last card you have here present is the Five of Wands. Big, big mess. That's what this card's all about. Yeah, okay, so even though it's a mess, I'm getting something really clearly here. There's something that was hidden around money. You're going to find out what this is. So again, this is about this situation in the Three of Pentacles, the King of Swords. This is about this meeting, or whatever this is I was seeing. And I always see this in this card. It looks like one of those hidden object games, when you're trying to find something, and it'd be really hard to find something in this mess. So someone was trying to confuse you. This is a really confusing card, a little bit manipulative. I'm getting that as well. But you're going to get clarity. You're going to get clarity out of all this mess, because you've got the King of Swords up on top there, which is all about clarity. I'll just show you something I'm seeing here. If you look at everyone on the right-hand side on this card, it looks like a lot of these wands are forming into these arrows. There are two arrows you can see, 2 points on the right-hand side. And, arrows are all about or pointing where you need to look. So it's like, oh, look over here, look on the right-hand side. So someone was trying to get you to look into one direction, but where you should have been looking was on the other side, because they didn't want you to see that side. And if you look on the other side of this card, one of these wands is pointing up higher than all the others. So it's like, I'm coming out on top, but I don't want you to see that. I want you to look on the other side. So they were coming out on top. They were coming out on top with money. So it looks like they had more money than they should have had, and they were trying to distract you and make you look the other way, a bit like some politicians, actually. I won't say any more about that. But yeah, if this is you, again, it's all going to come out at this one place, this meeting, whatever this is. It's going to be a huge eye-opener for you. It's going to be a relief. You might pursue something again after this. So if this is some kind of litigation, mediation, something like that, you might open something up again and reinvestigate something, maybe. But you'll be really, really glad you've heard this information. You'll be really, really glad that you've got this clarity on all this mess, because they were trying to manipulate you, whoever this is, and you're getting this clarity. So I really, really hope that makes sense to someone. It's a very important thing for someone to hear. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Sun. Absolutely beautiful card. Beautiful, beautiful card. So this is really talking about, I think, what's going to happen around this talk with this love connection. Again, this is showing you this is going to be a positive talk, and it's right on the opposite side of the Two of Cups. So you've got the talk there, and then you've got the outcome on the right hand side, which is the Sun, which is a relief of tension, things coming to light, things opening up. Tension release, which is what this can be about, this card. And, you can see that there's this wall behind this child. So this big tension, this big wall, breaks through the wall, and he feels very light, relief, happiness, all those kinds of things. And you're going to wonder why you didn't have this talk sooner. You really are, if this is resonating with you. So, again, if you're the one that's holding back, this is pure positivity here. That's what this is showing you. This is the result of this talk. Things coming to light, honesty with this child, openness. Really, really, really good. And there's passion here as well. And it's really interesting as well, seeing this on the other side again of the Two of Cups once again, because if you look at the Two of Cups, you can see the conversation leads to clarity. It leads to this, with this caduceus, it leads to healing. It leads to coming together. And then out of that comes passion. You can't quite see because there's a flower there. You have to take my word for it. There is a lion, a winged lion, big, red, beautiful lion. That's passion that's coming out of that conversation. And in the Sun card, you've got this big, red banner here, which is about passion as well. So there's going to be passion at the end of this. If you all open up, which I think you will do, open up, break this down, break through this wall, floodgates open, and lots of clarity, lots of honesty, and then relief after that. And then you've got this beautiful, beautiful passion. You've got the Fool down there as well. So again, there's nothing more I really have to say. That's urging you again to take this leap, have this talk, just go for it. Just do this. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Don't be like the man in the Nine of Wands. Be more like the Fool. That's what that's telling you. If you do that, you'll get this beautiful, positive result. With the Two of Pentacles again, I'm seeing passion here again. And you know what that symbol can be sometimes. So that's what I'm going to say about that. The other thing I've got here with the Two of Pentacles, just this little thing I'm seeing. You probably think I'm a bit crazy, but I just want to point this out to someone. It's a little annoying problem that I might be able to solve for you if this is you. There's some kind of problem with technology. I'm getting this on, off, with these pentacles going up and down. So it's like the switch, it's like a switch, one goes up, switch on, the other one goes down, switch off, on, off. That's kind of what I'm getting. And I'm getting these two different devices, or two different things, something to do with technology, two different areas. It might be, I don't know what it is, two different parts of technology or something. And it looks like all the energy, all the concentration is going on one area. And what this is telling you is you need to concentrate on the other area. So you're focusing on the wrong area. It might be that you're spending hours trying to fix something and you're looking at something and you're kind of pressing all the things, looking upside down and turning it on and off and all that kind of thing. And you're focusing on the wrong thing. You should be focusing on a completely different thing, completely different area. So if that's you, I really, really hope that helps you. Just think about, okay, what else could it be? It's not this. There's another thing here as well. What else could it be? It might be that. So just, if that's you, have a think about what that might be. But yeah, beautiful reading, opening up in love, honesty, openness. If you haven't had this talk yet, once again, please open this up. Please have this talk. There's lots of passion after this as well. I wish it were me, but it's not me.